Karlie Red just dropped a nuclear-level receipts bomb on none other than Kirk Frost, so you might want to sit down for this. And, darling, the streets of love and hip-hop in Atlanta will never be the same again. I mean it. Have you ever seen a man trapped so badly that he wished the earth would open up and swallow him whole? That's precisely what occurred when Karlie Red exposed. Fans are already calling it the final nail in Kirk's coffin. And no, this isn't a rudimentary text thread or a blurry video. We discuss screenshot warfare, credit card bills, and timestamps locations. Karlie arrived, locked, loaded, and legally ready. So the real issue is, did Rasheeda know the entire time? Was Karlie storing this ammunition for a decade-long retribution arc? And why is the internet claiming that one receipt contradicts all we thought we knew about Kirk Frost? Oh, buckle up, sweetie, because we are going to break this down. You'll see why fans are requesting that Kirk be removed from Season 13 immediately. Are you ready for the mess? Let's get to it. Y'all, Karlie Red just rocked the internet with the last bombshell concerning Kirk Frost. Fans are calling it a game-changer. This isn't simply the reality TV mess. Everyone is rushing to piece together the truth after a shocking disclosure. And when we say Karlie dropped the last receipt, we imply the type of proof that does not allow for any more falsehoods. There will be no more cover-ups or deflections, only the cold, hard truth, served uncooked. Let us take a quick look back. We have all watched. Karlie and Kirk's back and forth continues over the years. One minute it's shade and accusations, the next it's awkward quiet and dodged queries. But underlying all this, there's been reality, TV tension, a trail of secrets that only Karlie knew about, and she just chose to set it all on fire. So, what precisely did she drop? Let us chat about it. The moment occurred on the most recent episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and it seemed like the culmination of a storyline we'd been following for almost a decade. Karlie Red, never one to hold her tongue when it really counts, stepped into the scene with a cool, measured attitude. This was not her normal turn-up enthusiasm. This was unusual, as if she had a strategy. She sat across from the group, looked Kirk Frost dead in the eyes, and said something that caused the entire room to freeze. Do you know what you did? And now everyone else will too. Then came the bomb. A folder, not a text message, gossip, or hearsay, but a simple printed receipt folder. Kirk's tone shifted the moment she brought it out. Inside, there are bank records, hotel reservations, security camera screenshots, and even DMIs that go far further than anything Kirk Frost has ever acknowledged to in front of cameras. Fans on Twitter were instant. She dubbed it the Love and Hip Hop Pentagon Files, since it appeared she had created a complete chronology from start to finish of every nefarious move Kirk Frost had ever made behind the scenes. But this is when everything turned sharply left. Karlie didn't just read the receipts. She broke them down month by month. She drew forth a complete narrative of treachery that stretched back to before Kirk Frost ever got with Rasheeda. Yes, that deep. One of the invoices even revealed that Kirk Frost had a second phone purportedly registered under a false name and used just for side conversation. When Rasheeda raised the question, everyone thought, "Why are you doing this now?" Karlie Red's statement sent shivers through the room. "Because I was tired of letting people rest in peace." Now, before you leap to conclusions, let me clarify something. Karlie did not retrieve these receipts, only to create drama for the situation. The way she presented things demonstrated that this was not about pettiness, this was about coming to a close. She was plainly ready to move away from the narrative she had been sucked into for years, and she wanted to depart with her head held high, and the truth in the open. But here's a twist. Kirk Frost did not deny everything. For once, he did not flip the table, storm out, or strike us with your insane defense. He sat there silently, as if every bone in his body wanted to go. That silence struck fans hard, because if there was ever a time for him to defend himself, this was it. Instead, he let the moment pass, as if he recognized there was no use in battling the facts, and Twitter exploded. Instagram went crazy, and a few TikTok users stitched the episode with remarks like, "Karlie just did what nobody else dared to do. This is why you don't play with a woman who saves receipts." Kirk Frost had been lying for years, and Karlie had the files the entire time. The energy was clear. Fans were shaken. And Karlie didn't even flinch. It was almost as if she'd been waiting years for this very moment. Now, let's talk about why this is so important. Because this isn't simply about a convoluted plot. It's about how Karlie Red, who has been dubbed everything from extra to thirsty on the program, just turned the tables on those who questioned her. She provided recorded proof and seized control of her own story, and walked away without a tear. That isn't drama, it's closure. And let's not forget, this entire scenario has tremendous rippling implications. If Kirk Frost truly has been keeping secrets this deep, what does this signify for Rasheeda? How will the rest of the cast react now that the Pandora's box has been officially opened? Because let's be honest, Love and Hip Hop ATL thrive on controversy. But this feels different. It feels like a watershed moment, not just for Karlie Redd, but for the entire dynamic of the program. Part 1 concludes here. This video will discuss what Rasheeda stated off camera that was not included in the program. How Karlie's relationship with Kirk Frost grew deeper than fans understood, why producers had to step in before things became ugly backstage. And just when many thought things couldn't get much messier, Karlie Redd released yet another video. This time it was not a whisper or something he uttered. She said gibberish. No, she posted a full-screen clip of a late-night call with a lady whose voice followers instantly recognized. Yep, a voice supposedly equaled Kirk's previous relationship from season 6. He said he was only a family friend. The same woman. And this is where becomes frosty. The woman was unintentionally captured, casually mentioning seeing Kirk Frost at a hotel just a few weeks earlier, and it was not for a business meeting. She even chuckled at how Karlie still thinks he has changed. Oh, the arrogance. Fans are now fitting the parts together like a puzzle that they had no idea were missing. That blurred out figure in the backdrop of Karlie Redd's previous clip, it fits the silhouette of the woman in the call. The timestamps align. The revenues are accumulating up, and the image of Kirk Frost, the man who spent season after season avoiding trouble and blaming everyone else, is disintegrating right before our eyes. But Karlie was not done. Nope, she went live on Instagram to deliver what admirers are calling the ultimate blow. With over 100,000 viewers tuned in, Karlie sat down barefaced, serene, without glitz, and uttered 4 words. "I've got nothing left." She became more open than she had ever been before. Not the typical messy Karlie Redd from Love and Hip Hop. It was honest, passionate, and nearly a broken version. She described how Kirk Frost had gradually re-entered her life, posing as a business partner and co-parenting buddy while constantly blurring lines and pushing limits. She stated he would attend her events, assist on shoots, and even bring meals to her trailer while filming. Karlie slowly let her defenses down, since she still felt Kirk Frost was different this time. What destroyed her was not only betrayal, but also manipulation. She said Kirk Frost persuaded her to cut off other wonderful individuals only to create room for him again. And now with this woman, Karlie felt she was being played again when she came forward, received late-night calls, texts, and hotel meetings. On national television, viewers were left gaping. Comments came in like a flood. Some complimented Karlie Redd's boldness. Others drew Kirk Frost into the depths of the internet. Some questioned whether all of this was simply another Love and Hip Hop narrative twist. However, the timing of these receipts, as well as the intensity of Karlie emotions, do not feel planned. It feels like the last chapter of a lady finally waking up. The truth, Kirk's silence adds to the frightening effect. He's always quick to post a nasty meme, punch back with old screenshots, or hit up Instagram stories. However, following Karlie life, there was radio silence. No words, no reposts, not even a cryptic emoji. That quiet screamed loudly because, let's face it, if the man had evidence to clear his name, he would have utilized it by now. Instead, he's ghosting the internet, while Karlie Redd goes about with her head high, adding, "I lost a man, but I found my peace." And just as fans thought this tale was coming to an end, along comes the narrative twist. A source close to production revealed a piece of previously unseen video just before the first installment of the Love and Hip Hop ATL reunion was released. In it, Karlie is seen having a private sit-down with producers, emotionally explaining that Kirk Frost sent one last message. She never intended to share a voice memo. It was dispatched at 3 a.m., just days before her. A major reveal. Kirk's speech is garbled throughout the video. He is distraught and admits, "I messed up. I always thought you'd be there, even if I didn't. I don't even know who I am without you. I deserve you." And then the video stops, leaving the viewers astonished. Did Karlie really abandon everything for clout? Or was she finally standing after years of being dragged through the mud by a guy who never truly valued her? Just when it felt like emotional disaster couldn't go any deeper, Karlie Redd unleashes a final cold-blooded bomb. The last receipt. This wasn't simply a sloppy minor detail or an imprecise claim. Nah, this was a full-fledged timeline, complete with images, bank transactions, and location markers that made everything very apparent. When she presented it, the entire set became quiet. Nobody breathed. Even Kirk Frost appeared to have been knocked out. Now for the killing part. This is the final. The receipt did more than merely expose Kirk Frost. It vindicated Karlie in the eyes of everyone who had ever questioned her. It turns out she had been speaking the truth from the beginning. The twisted manipulation, gaslighting, and cheating were all true. And as Kirk Frost continued to weave stories, season after season, Karlie discreetly gathered evidence, waiting for the right moment to unleash the storm. And what she did, baby, altered everything. Kirk, for the first time, had no comebacks, no smooth language, no sleazy explanations, nothing. Because this time, Karlie Red had him cornered. The final receipt uncovered a hidden phone bill. Kirk Frost had been paying for a second number, which he never revealed to Rasheeda. Guess what? That second line was used to text and phone Karlie Red while he was lying to Rasheeda about reuniting with relatives. But things get worse. According to bank records, Kirk Frost made repeated payments to a disguised Venmo account. Guess who's Karlie for travel, emergencies, private concerns, and the timestamps lined up exactly with the days when she inexplicably flew to Los Angeles, New York, and Miami, never revealing her location to the world. The GPS receipts backed it up. Fans were astonished. Nobody could refute it now. Kirk Frost had played both sides. He wasn't simply a cheater, he was a strategic liar, putting up a complete parallel existence while Rasheeda supported him, in public, defending their progress. And if you thought Rasheeda was going to sit back and ignore all of this, guess again. For the very next scene, we see her storming off the set, demanding cameras be cut, shouting into her mic, "I'm done." You could hear the raw pain in her voice. She was protecting this man. The treachery was now clear. Rasheeda had remained behind Kirk Frost despite his adultery, outside infants, and public disgrace. But this was the final straw. Karlie Red stood her ground. For once, she wasn't sobbing, shouting, or pleading to be heard. She was stone cold, concentrated, and at ease. She was aware that what she had dropped could not be recovered. She knew it would crush Rasheeda's heart, but she knew the truth had to be revealed, not just for her, but for every woman who has ever been duped, accused, and labeled insane for stating the truth. There were a few supporters that went off. Comments poured, and on every platform, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are on fire. Karlie Red may be the most underappreciated actual character on the program. Rasheeda, wake up. Kirk Frost was crap since season 1, and she knew it. This alters the whole Love and Hip Hop Atlanta plotline era. People began digging out old tapes, situations in which Karlie tried to warn Rasheeda, who shut her down. Kirk Frost brushed off charges, well aware that he was hiding something, and, with that, the narrative switched. Karlie transformed from the chaotic villain to the unsung truth-teller. Despite the fact that this was her big tell-you-so moment, Karlie Red did not gloat. She didn't make it obvious. She simply let the reality struck harder than any insult could. So, what happens now? According to sources close to production, Kirk Frost and Rasheeda have halted filming. Insiders are suggesting that Rasheeda is done emotionally and contractually. She allegedly told producers that she did not want her marriage to be brought up again on national television. And really, who could blame her? Meanwhile, Karlie's stock has risen. Producers have reportedly given her a starring role next season, with talks of appointing her an executive producer credit for introducing the season's most dramatic storyline. She has finally regained control of the narrative, and fans are thrilled. Karlie Red restored her authority, however, which was the true victory. She demonstrated that no matter how, regardless of how long it takes, the truth will eventually come out. She turned the tables, not by yelling or arguing, but by providing cold, indisputable receipts. The impact rocked the whole franchise. Some fans are now asking that Kirk Frost be removed off the program entirely, claiming it's time to stop, praising males who play mind games and get away with it. Others want to see Karlie and Rasheeda have an unvarnished woman-to-woman conversation now that all of the falsehoods have been exposed. And regardless of what happens next, one thing is certain: Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will never be the same after this. It wasn't merely a dramatic incident. It was a reckoning, a tipping moment. A mirror was held up to each harmful tale. Allowed pass for too long. And now that Karlie read final receipt is available, there's no turning back. This alters everything. Phew chilly, if you thought Karlie reading was finished, think again. This situation is simply getting messier by the minute. What are your thoughts on all the receipts Karlie read just pulled out on Kirk? Do you believe this truly changes things, or is it simply more smoke and mirrors? Leave your ideas in the comments section. We need to speak about it. Don't forget, if you or I love this tea and want to keep enjoying it with us, whenever something bursts in the universe of love and hip-hop, hit that subscribe button, press the notice bell, and, of course, click the button to show some love. This was crazy. However, you can expect the next video to be much more insane. See you all in the next one. Stay messy, stay blessed, stay blessed.